so that we accomplish more than just going over the contracts. There's a lot of forms tied to the buyer, and we're just going to kind of jump in here. Feel free to ask questions. I want you to feel comfortable answering a buyer's questions about forms, about procedures, about timelines, any of those sort of things. That's kind of how we're going to go at it. So, and we put them in order. Yes, Mary Ann, is how we're going? Okay, so I want to start with our buyer's rep agreement. I'm assuming that you have met this buyer once before and you're in some sort of meeting with them, so kind of like when I date, my sellers, I go and chat with them. When I get a buyer, I usually meet them at the office on a Saturday afternoon or Thursday at 5 o'clock or whatever, and kind of go over the procedure and then go over and set some expectations. So I'm assuming that kind of in your first or second meeting with them, you're going to go over a few of these things so that you have a reasonable expectation. Part of addressing a buyer is, what size house do they want, where do they want it to be, and what price do they want it to be. I'm not really going to go into all that at this point. We'll see how far we get along in the process. We can pick back up with that maybe on another time. But I want to start with the buyer's rep agreement. Basically, at Boulevard Realty, we do not believe in using a buyer's rep agreement. It's a way realtors trap buyers and forcing them to do business with them. So the Urban Livings of the world, when you go to their open house, they want you to sign a buyer's rep agreement and trap you into using them for the next 6 months. At Boulevard Realty, we really don't believe in that. Our situation requires us to use a buyer's rep agreement when you buy one of the Boulevard Realty listings. It's the only time that we have to have some buyer's rep agreement. And we can make this buyer's rep agreement for that house in this instance. I'm buying 309 Pecor in the month of June. I need this buyer's rep agreement signed by a buyer. And there is no other incidence that we would require you to use this buyer's rep agreement. Now, for the agents, if you're got an internet lead from somewhere off of realtor.com and they are going to fly in town and they're going to go look at Pearland Cinco Ranch in the Woodlands, I wouldn't take that client, but you might. I would think that it would be a very good idea to forward them this buyer's rep agreement. And before I got in a car with someone I had no relationship with for some extended amount of time, I'd want to know if they were willing to sign a buyer's rep agreement. Now, the reality of it is that sometimes I want to forward them the form to see what they think about it. And I may or may not really want them to sign it. Now, remember, if they sign it and you sign it, you're stuck dating them too for an extended period of time. And they expect you to be their bitch for as long as they want. So just be careful. You're trying to make sure they're really a buyer and not just going to use you to drive them around 75 miles on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then go buy a house the following Saturday at an open house. So, I mean, I think there's a reason that you might want to test the waters, but I wouldn't want to enter into any long buyer's rep agreement with someone until I had a relationship with them. It's kind of like the dating we were talking about again. If you got to have them sign a form to date, you really don't want to date them. Yes.
Okay. So what we learned in school
Okay.
is that if we have a buyer's rep agreement, they are our client. If they aren't, they're a customer, and we have a different level of fiduciary responsibility to them.
You have, so
Well said.
yeah. So when you go and show the house, you're assuming that you want them to be their buyer's agent, but you're dating in the first deal. So yes, I think that you're